which is a collaboration between the European Union and the Global Youth Mobilization, which is an initiative of the Big Six organizations. You must have seen it, the World YMCA. Okay, now we are live streaming on YouTube, which is the World YMCA, the World YWCA, IFRC, and a couple of other organizations. I think, let me check. So by the Big Six organizations, and it's called the Youth Empowerment Fund. So that is why this Skilled for Now 2.0 is possible, and we are really thankful for that. So a representative is here from the Youth Empowerment Fund, Bahati. She also serves as my peer mentor. And before we do anything, so as not to take our time because she has other matters to attend to, I will like us to just give us a brief address. I wanted it to be when more people join the call. So please, if you're on this call, you can just put on the WhatsApp chat that we've already started and the more people should join. Okay, so let me make her the co-host now so she can share just a brief address, and we also can also share our appreciation for the fund we received. So I think Bahati. So Bahati, over to you now. You can speak. Yeah.
Okay. Can I?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be here. So happy to see this coming into life. As she's mentioned, my name is Bahati. I'm from Tanzania. And we are so happy. I'm so happy to be a peer mentor for this project specific because I believe that the aim of Youth Empowerment Fund was just to fund unfunded projects. And every twice a year, there's more than 400 projects that have been funded. And to see that this specific focusing on skills is something that I'm so personally passionate about and also feel so much attached to it because I feel like the world is going into a very technological way. So I think it's good for people to get all the skills needed for them to be able to fit either the job market or any other market that you want to be in. So I'm so happy to be here. I don't have a lot of things to say, but I'm so happy and honored to get this opportunity to be here. And I'm looking forward, I'll be here maybe in the next 10 minutes, looking forward to see what are you guys learning, and also I hope everyone that is here get the skills and also implement the skills, but also encourage also to apply for Youth Empowerment Fund once it's coming. I think the next launch is going to be on February, so apply as much as you can because it's a very good opportunity for any idea that you think that's in your mind. I think this is it's one of the fund that they actually fund even a single person. You don't have to have an organization as people are afraid. Even a single person can get to be funded for this. So I wish you all the best, and I'm looking forward to see what are you guys getting, what are you guys have been getting so that I can be able to learn myself. Thank you so much. Yeah, over to you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Bahati, for that address. Thank you so much, and thank you for honoring this call. I know I was really on your neck, sending emails, tagging you in the Discord channel. Thank you so much for honoring the invitation to address us. They've been promised since the first day of the virtual boot camp, and we really had to feel it. So thank you so much. So, guys, this is the representative from the Youth Empowerment Fund I've been mentioning, and she's here, and you can also hear what she has to say. And also, we encourage once the third round for the Youth Empowerment Fund is out, you can also try to apply. So thank you so much, thank you for that. I think we can now get started proper with today's session while opening that my network. Please in the comments, let's say thank you, Barty, so that she can read the chat. Thank you. Would be okay. So yes, Mr. Salami is here already. I'm very sorry, sir, for the time. So let's get right into today's session. But first, like we do, we share what stood out for us from the previous session. So I just need two people who would raise their hands, just two people who raise their hands and just share what stood out for them yesterday, and then just two people to raise their hands, and I'll allow you to unmute and speak. And we can go right into today's session. So who is going to be that person who would raise their hand and share with them what they learned yesterday? I remember yesterday was on data literacy. Yes, data is the new oil. So we just need two people to raise your hand. I'll allow you to unmute and share with us what you learned, and then we go right into today's class. Who is going to contribute today? Who was in class yesterday and will share with us what they learned yesterday? Okay, we have Bisade. So Bisade, I've allowed you to unmute. Please share with us.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the opportunity to share what I learned yesterday. So one of the major things I learned yesterday on data analysis is that in this world, in this age, we basically what we do is based on data. So if we are able to analyze data, we'll be able to make more data-driven decisions in the sense that you would have noticed patterns. So based on those patterns, you'll be able to make proper decisions.
Thank you so much, Bisade. Yes, we learned that. Thank you. That was insightful. Who else? Just one more person. Okay, Latifat. Let me allow you to unmute. Yeah,
Hello, good
Latifat, you
evening.
can speak. Yes.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Yesterday was all about data, how data can be collected, clean, and using those tools to analyze data. Tools like Excel, Microsoft Excel, SQL. That is when you have a large data. That is when we use SQL or Tableau. And the reason why we analyze our data is to inform decision making. So that is all about that.
Thank you so much, Latifat. Yes, we learned that too. Thank you for the insightful session. So there are people putting chats in the comments in the chat. I see you, but we can't read all now. So just because of time. So we'll go right into this session. Our trainer is here already, Mr. Salami Abdulatif. Mr. Salami Abdulatif is an accomplished human resource professional with experience in recruitment, policy formulation, regulatory compliance, and organizational strategy. Cultivated across diverse sectors, including non-governmental organizations, educational institutions, and financial services within and outside Nigeria. As the founder of the mobile library, he spearheads this initiative dedicated to enhancing employability through professionally crafted, market-aligned CVs and cover letters, and strategically bridging employment gaps. He also serves on the board of trustees of the Next Step Empowerment Initiative, where he contributes to shaping academic and career trajectories for students through structured mentorship and capacity building programs. With a background in education, his passion lies in advancing educational ecosystems both locally and globally, with a focus on career guidance and institutional development. By leveraging his HR acumen, he drives people-centered initiatives that nurture talent, influence workforce policies, and build resilient, future-ready communities through sustainable, transformative leadership. At Skilled for Now 2.0, which is today, Mr. Salami Abdulatif will be training participants on CV, in cover letter writing, job interview nuggets, and workplace ethics. So let's put in the chat and say, welcome, welcome. Even I think that some people are already familiar with him because they were mentioning his name on the WhatsApp group. So Let's say welcome, sir. Welcome. Let's say welcome to our trainer. As I hand over to him right now, I think he's already on the call. So let me stop sharing so he can share.
Hello, good evening, guys.
Yes, good evening, sir. You're welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, Oyindamala. Right now, I want to bring up my video, but I just experienced Nigeria right now, power outage right now. So I think I'm just going to proceed into sharing my screen. Is that okay?
Yes, it's okay, but if at any point he comes back, let's also see your face.
Yeah, okay, that's pretty fine. That's fine. I'll let you know. Thank you. Okay. Once again, good evening, everyone. Please hold on. Okay, I'm trying to share my screen. I need to know if you can. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay. All right. I think it's coming up. Okay, please hold on. I'm having some sort of difficulty. It's not granting me access to share.
Oh,
Yes.
you are a host already.
Okay. The option to share is not coming up. It's just showing cancel. Okay. Please hold on. Okay. I wouldn't know. Would it be fine if I forward my slide to you so you just share the
Yes,
screen from
yes,
your end?
yes, please.
Okay.
I was about to
Thank you
suggest
very
that.
much. Thank you. Just a minute, please. Okay, I just sent it to you.
Okay, let me check.
Okay. All right. So while Oyin is doing that, let me get familiar with everyone. My name is Salami Abdul Latif, just like Oyin had introduced, right? And I will be the facilitator for today's session. And I would really want this session to be very interactive. I don't want it to be uh, too official, too corporate. Thank you very much, Bashir. So I want it to be very interactive and very lively. So I'm going to be putting some touch of Gen Z insight. So I want everybody to flow with me in the comment section and then reactions and all of that. Okay, so let's hold on for Sabrina. Yes, thank you. Yes, I need I'm Gen Z as well. Oh, I can see you. Yeah. I'm Gen Z as well. Nobody should call me millennials, please. Okay. All right, straight to it. Our topic for today's training, is as we can see on the screen, is CV, cover letters, and job interview nuggets, and workplace ethics. Okay, and strategically, I know that some of us have been a participant of probably some of my spaces or some of my training sessions where I've been able to emphasize the relevance and the importance of CV, cover letter, generally professional overview of navigating the job market. So today we would really delve into it. We'll be emphatic about some of these things, right? Next slide, please. Okay, so let's start picking it from the CV. I know that most people feel like CV is just a document that that is to show your skills, your experiences, all of that. People feel writing a CV or crafting CV in most cases is just about the content you are putting there. It's just about what you are writing there. Now, why we are here today, this training is how do I put it? Is what stands between you and soft life. This training is what is going to link you with soft life. And when I say soft life, I mean employability. Right. So because you can't just be a Gen Z that is fine and you are broke. Not in this economy. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to be proactive in your job hunting effort, in your career professional development effort. You need to be very, very proactive, right? So across the globe, the game is the same. Within Nigeria, within the whole of Africa, Europe, Asia, the game is the same. Just a little touch of geographical tweaks. Now let's go into the CV. As you can see on the screen, it's saying a CV is a strategic marketing document, right? It showcases your academic achievements, skills, and experience. It's purpose to secure interview by proving potential impact. Now, here's it. Your CV is not just a resume. I call it your hype document. Your hype document, quote unquote. It is your personal advert to tell whoever is going through your CV that hire me. I'm not here to joke. So what does this mean? It means your CV must show value. And when we speak of value, it's not just about what you studied. Oh, I studied accounting, or what you did in NYC, whether in Kogi State or in Cross River State. Now, the question you should ask yourself is, can my CV make someone pause and say, this one deliver? When you look at your CV, do you think when a recruiter looks at that CV, that recruiter can say, this will deliver, even without having a first contact with you at the point of the interview? This is what your CV is supposed to position. Now, there are different ways through which we assess CVs. Let's talk about the content here. I don't want to focus on the value now. Let's focus on the content. We assess CV based on 5 basic grounds. Now, the structure, readability, structure, readability, the technicality, standardization. Those are more like the 4 basic grounds through which we assess and evaluate the content of that CV, not in terms of value. Now, when we say structure, how is your CV? How is it looking? Is it scattered? Is it properly arranged? Is your contacts info on top and then your phone number is down? How is the readability? How facially appealing is your CV? Can I look at your CV and feel interested in reading it further? Structure, readability, standardization. Like I've always said, there are technical competencies that we look for in CVs, which is these are areas where the QT series comes in. When I say QT series, I mean quality test series. We run different quality test series for CVs. We do the ATS competency test, we do relevance audits, we do language and grammar check, we do formatting and structure review, quantifiable impact test, a whole lot of tests that is run on the CV. Right. But now, putting all of those technicalities aside, you as a job seeker, you as a professional, even if you want to craft that CV yourself, can you put it in a properly structured way? Can you articulate your experiences, your achievements? Can you articulate them properly on your CV? Now, I've seen CVs where applicant tells you, oh, I have worked as a customer service rep. Now, when they want to highlight their achievement-based responsibilities during that role, they just tell you, I responded to messages, I answered phone calls. Now, basically, what we want you to tell us in that section is not just about your responsibility. We want to know how you were able to perform. What is the level of impact that you made in that role? Now, before we go deep into that, what are the core components of a CV? What are those informations that needs to be on your CV? Now, as you can see on the screen, we have the contact information, professional summary, key skills and competencies, professional experiences, your education, certification and award, professional affiliation, and references. Now, when we say contact information, what do we mean? Your phone number, your email address, your location. Now, I said your location. I did not say your address. Now, for your contact information, for security purposes, we don't encourage people or applicants to include their full address on the CV. You don't need to write number 15, Mr. Adamo Street. Your location. And when we say your location, we want to know if you are in Gwarimpa, Abuja. Are you in Garki, Abuja? If you are outside Nigeria, are you in New York? Are you in Washington, D.C., USA? That's what we want to know. You don't need to give us details of your address. Your email. In most cases, we have seen people crafting funny emails. John the baddest at gmail.com. Shadi the long throat at gmail.com. I saw an email on one of the CVs, and person said, Badi the baddest. Oh, I said, okay, Badi the baddest at gmail.com. Wow, you're welcome to the industry. So what do we mean? We want you to craft professional email titles. Now, how do we come about that? In most cases, it is a combination of your name, first name, and your last name. whichever way you want to arrange it. It could be your first name first, it could be your last name first. And in most cases, we know that there are situations where all of these email addresses have been used before, where you need to insert numbers, right? Almost sexy, I can see almost sexy at gmail.com. Well done. Now, you need to insert numbers. Let's say Abdulrazak Hamad 29 at gmail.com. Latifa Abdulrazak 80 at gmail.com. Those are professional email addresses. The moment we see Badi the baddest, we already know that this one is not serious. Now, there's something we call profiling. By the time every recruiter does not spend more than 6 seconds on your CV during an application screening. That 6 seconds matters. Now, they profile you based on what they are able to see within that 6 seconds. From looking at bodies, red flag one. Red flag one. Before they now start going deep into your professional summary and the content, the basic content of your CV. So, contact information, your address, your phone number. When we say your location, not your full address. I'm in Yaba, Lagos. I'm in Abeokuta, Ogun State. These are things we want to know. They use professional. Let's go to professional summary. Now, there's a difference between your professional summary and career objective. In most cases, people mix it up. They don't understand the dichotomy between professional summary and career objective. Now, career objective could be integrated with professional summary in a situation where the person is moving from a professional level to another, let's say from an entry level to a mid-level professional ground, or to a senior managerial level. You could integrate professional summary with career objective if you are transitioning either from one industry to another industry, either from one career level to another career level. Now, let's talk about career objective. For somebody who is just a graduate, somebody who's just coming into the labor market, you are expected to use a career objective. Why? Because you do not have any professional experience that you want to summarize. So what we want to know is your objective. What do you want to achieve? Where are you looking to land yourself? In teaching, there's something we call behavioral objective. Now, behavioral objective comes before the content, which means the teacher identifies what he or she wants the learners to know at the end of the class. So your career objective is supposed to identify okay, my voice is breaking. Can you hear me clearly, please?
Yeah, your voice breaks at some point. I first thought it was my network, but now seeing other people say it, I think it's your network. Or maybe you could
Okay.
be switch, or
Reposition.
maybe switch networks if you can, or maybe you log out and then you log in again.
Okay.
Yes.
So sorry.
And then people have
Just
also
hold
been
on.
saying that we are from Uganda and we want to see your face.
Yeah, I would really love to show my face, but I don't have passes here, and it happened very close to the time where the session was about to start, so I couldn't step out to power what I need to power. So hopefully before the end of the class, the power will be restored. I really want you to see my face too. I'm very handsome. Don't worry, you see my face. Uganda, yeah, you see my face. Don't worry. Okay, so can you hear me clearly now?
Yes, it's better now.
It's better. Okay, thank you. So your career objective, right, is supposed to tell us what you want to achieve. What industry do you want to move into? What are you bringing into that industry? What kind of organization do you want to work with? These are the key things that you're supposed to highlight. Let's talk about professional summary. Professional summary is supposed to address, it's more like a cumulative summary of your experiences. You want to put together things you've done, organizations you've worked with, roles you've functioned. Now, this is very, very sensitive and technical. You need to be able to incorporate all of these experiences in a way that you do not have to highlight each of those experiences. Integration, operational word. You need to look for a way to properly articulate yourself, integrate all of these experiences to give us a general overview of industries you've functioned, roles you've been able to function, and what you are looking for as well. Now, a situation where you need to integrate your professional summary with career objective. Now we are talking of somebody who is moving from a particular industry to another industry. Now your career objective here, now we want to talk about what you are looking to achieve in your new industry, the industry you want to transition into. Right now, what are those skills that you are bringing from your previous industry that you think are supposed to be transferred or that could be useful in this new industry you want to transition into? How do you intend using all of these skills to function in this new industry that you are going to? So this is where the integration of a professional summary and career objective comes in. Now, let's talk about key skills and competencies. I've seen people in most cases, when we are talking of key skills and competencies, we are not talking about dancing, or I can vibe under pressure, or I can function under pressure. These are not even the one we are talking about. Even in your hobby that you write, dancing is my hobby, going to church is my hobby, please. Now, let's talk about key skills and competencies. In most cases, I tell people to, the prayer is much, don't worry. Now, I tell people to partition it. Now, partition it into core competencies, and the other one will be core skills, technical skills, and soft skill. Now, when we talk about your core competencies, let your core competencies focus on the role, the competencies that are related to that role. Now, let's say you want to apply for the role of human resource professional or human resource generalist. Your core competencies should highlight your proficiency in payroll administration. Your core competencies should highlight your proficiency in policy formulation. Your core competencies should highlight your proficiency in recruitment strategy, onboarding processes. In all of these things, we have not mentioned any technical skill or any soft skill. Everything that I just mentioned are focused on what I need to function as an HR generalist. Now, let's move to key skills where we have the soft and technical skills together. Now, what are the soft skills? In most cases, we know people tell lies. When you say, what are your soft skills? I communicate well, I have strategic communication, it's a lie. We know. They tell you I handle pressure. There was a case of somebody who said I can work under pressure. 2 months into the job, she slapped the MD. I can work under pressure. So we know that most of these things I mean, you just, for somebody who does not have good communication skills, I'm sure you will not write it there that you don't have a good communication skills, right? But then we know that, okay, you just need to put it there. Now let's focus on the technical skills here. Now for your technical skills, what are those things? What are those softwares? What are those tools that are relevant to the role that you are interested in, to the career that you have chosen? As a customer service representative, do you know how to use CRM tools? As a virtual assistant, can you use project management tools? Can you use collaboration tools? You need to highlight proficiency in all of these tools. Trello, Asana, Slack, you need to identify your proficiencies under the technical skills. Then your soft skills come in: emotional intelligence, communication, strategic communication, team building, and team bonding. All of those ones comes in. Now, your professional experience. For you to highlight your professional experience, please, it is not just about it's not just about what you are doing. A whole lot of people go there and pack their job description under it. I did this, I monitor this, I monitor that. That's not what we want to see. For your role, we already have a picture of what you are expected, what your job description looks like. But what we want you to show us is how well you're able to perform this task. Now, by highlighting your professional experiences, we want to know the organization. We want to know the title of your role while you were at the organization. We want to know the location of that organization. Now, what do I mean? Customer service rep at Oinda Amala and Sons Enterprise, Lagos. We want to know the month and the year you started functioning in that position, and also the month and the year you stopped functioning in that position. Why? You need to be able to quantify the years of experiences. Did you just spend 3 months in the role? Did you spend up to a year in the role? Have you spent 2 years in the role? So we can project what level of experience you have. My voice is breaking. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, it is breaking. Really breaking.
It's breaking.
Yes.
Okay, I think your own is also breaking from my end. Okay, is it better now?
Okay, yes, it's better.
Okay, thank you. All right. So for your professional experiences, we need to know how many years of experience you have in that role. How long did you function in that role? Now, for all of the bullet points that you want to highlight, we need to know the extent at which you were able to function. We need to know what you have done in the real sense. Oh, I was able to generate 5,000 leads and convert 20% of the 5,000 leads into paying clients. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you need to let us know that, oh, this was the extent at which I was able to function in this role. Now let's quickly go to education. A whole lot of people mix education up. Now, what are we expecting under education? We want academic related information. And when we say academic related information, we are talking of your degree, your first degree, master's, PhD, OND, HND. These are what things we want to see under education. Unless you have a diploma, a PhD, certificate that is academic, not PGD certificates that are professional. A whole lot of people are awarded postgraduate diploma, certificate of diploma in, let's say, human resource for a course they did for just 2 months, for a course they did for a month. Those are not academics. So what we want to see under your education are academic related certificates. And please, there's no need for you to include your primary school, your secondary school. I've seen people put their NYSC there under education. So please don't include your NYSC. Yeah, I can see one copper here. Aguma Izine Bridget. Okay. So please do not include your NYSC under your education. Now let's go to certification and award. In most cases, those awards are not really necessary, but certifications are very key. Now there's difference between training and certification. Speaking of certification, we are talking of ICANN. We are talking of CIPM. We are talking of CIBN, Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. But trainings are what all of these courses that we take online on Coursera, that you take with ALX and all of that. They are training certificates. They are not certifications. They are training certificate. So in most cases, to save yourself the stress, when you want to write, you just write training and certification as the heading. So you can then list whatever information you want to list under it. Professional affiliation. I'm a member of the Nigeria Medical Administration Board. I'm a member of the Nigerian Dental Society. I'm a member of the Nigerian the Teachers Registration Councils of Nigeria. Professional affiliations. Now, let's go to your references. References, please stop writing references available upon request. If you don't have the information of your references readily available, just skip the section for references. For you to include the section for references, it means you already have the details, the name of your reference, the contact information of your reference, the relationship of your reference, the title of your reference. Where is that person working? What is the portfolio of that person? We want to know. And please do not include a reference that is having the same surname with you. Some people use their father and their mother as their references. It's not advisable, because already we'll believe when we call your father or your mother to run background check. Of course, they will not tell us you don't use to, you are not proactive. Your uncle will not tell us you are not proactive. So in all advice, we want you to include probably your past teachers, your former lecturers, your supervisor at your previous places of employment. Those are people that we want to see, in most cases, under your references. Now, please, next slide. Okay, tailoring your CV. How do you stand out? Align, yes, you can see on the screen, you align with the job description using keywords, quantify achievements, increase sales by 25%, personalize your statement with relevant aspiration. Now, I tell people, I say tailoring your CV is like you're dressing for a wedding, right? You cannot wear Ankara to a beach party now. Yes, reference is the same as referee. Yes, you can use it as reference. You can use it as referee. It's the same thing. I can see your question, Adesonia. All right, so tailoring your CV is like addressing to a wedding. I've not seen somebody wearing a gown to a beach party, right? Now, you use keywords from the job ad. It is important that you use keywords from the job ad to tailor that CV, which is why it is usually advisable that you tweak your CV before you send it out to for a particular application. Run through the job ads, look at what they are looking for. Who is a potential or the ideal candidate that they are looking for? Then you look for a way to align your responsibility, your past experiences to that role that you want to apply for. And we, in most cases, we talk about quantifying your achievement. There are a whole lot of people that quantify their achievement. Achievement-based CVs or job highlights are mostly peculiar to sales-related roles. Roles that deals with metrics. There are other success metrics that can be used to assess your performances in other roles that are not necessarily needing quantity references. So for sales, you can say, instead of you saying, I led the sales team, you can just tell them, I led a sales team of 5 and increased sales by 30% within the first quarter. Once you write down on HR, even HR will notice you fast. So you need to personalize your statement with relevant aspirations. These are the things I've done. These are the collaboration I've made. These are the cross functionalities I've done with so team. You working in the sales department, how did you collaborate with the comms department? How did you collaborate with the media team? How did you collaborate with the project team? How did you tailor your feedback from the customers to the comms to project the brand in a better way? So you need to personalize all the statement when you are tailoring your CV. Next slide, please. ATS optimization. You know what I call ATS? I call ATS the biggest enemy of job seekers. Because ATS is like a village people that is standing that today we will get this job. ATS is a weapon fashioned against you. So you need to be prepared in all ramification. I'm not saying spiritually, technically. You need to be prepared to battle the ATS. You need to be prepared to battle the ATS. Now, how do you battle the ATS? You see, that software that you are looking at, it is mostly, especially people that are applying for graduate training programs. Most of these big organizations, they use ATS because they cannot screen through hundreds of applications. So they use ATS, the program ATS, to look for key candidates. Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, it breaks, then it's late, then it breaks, then it's that's how it's like doing things.
Okay, because I've been in a position since, and can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can hear you clearly now, sir.
Okay, thank you. So the ATS is a software that doesn't like CVs that are designed through Canva. Just know that today. I've seen a whole lot of people that design their CV using Canva. They put pictures, they put emojis. Some people even use this progress bars to show the level of proficiency in a soft skill or in a particular tech skills. Please, when you want to craft or design a CV, make it a PDF. Do not use a picture, JPEG, or PNG. Can you hear me?
I don't know. It breaks. Then when you say can you hear me, then it's clear. Then it breaks. I don't know. This network is.
Uh,
I think
re-
it's very funny.
are you sure? Are you sure the network is not really? It's not really after. Please hold on. Is it clear now?
Yes, it's clear now.
Okay, okay. So you need to avoid using Canva to design your CV. PDF or Google Doc. And then you need to use standard font. I've seen people that they run a standard font, varieties of fonts. To be on the safer side, I recommend Times News Roman. Use that as a font throughout your CV. The sizes could vary. Probably you are trying to come up with an header or a title, right? Just ensure that you try to use a single font all through your formatting and your structure. Avoid graph. Okay, I saw a CV. I think I shared it on Twitter. I saw a CV where somebody uh somebody presented the skills and all of that using a tabular form, more like a timetable with cells. Please avoid using tables on your CV. Graphics, pictures, progress bars, these are things that will make the ATS chase you with stick. These are things that will make the ATS happy. I've been waiting for you. I want you to, because the ATS wants you to fail. So you have to be intentional. So avoid using all of those graphics and the tables, right? Now, the reason why we tell you to include the words from the job ad to tweak your CV is because for somebody that is sending out that job ad, if the person is using the ATS, the person must have programmed the ATS to look for skills, candidates that have the skills that have been identified in the job ad. And then it sets it to a certain level of proficiency. Look for candidates that are 50% match. Look for candidates that are 70% match. Now, you see that ATS you're looking at is like all these automated doors that you see when you go to banks. Now, you know that when you are having a metal in your body, that particular door would not allow you in. It's like a firewall. It won't allow you in. It keeps giving that sound. Pam, pam, pam. Please go back and remove your belt. Please go back and remove your shoe. Please go back and remove your goggle. Because you have something that has been programmed not to be allowed to come in. The same way the ATS works. If the ATS has been programmed by the recruiter to avoid certain entries, if you have those things on your CV, your CV will not make it past that ATS unless the recruiter, the human recruiter, goes to the back end of that ATS to check for other CVs, which in most cases has zero possibilities. So please, you need to include the job-specific keywords for visibility by the ATS. Next slide, please, Oyin. Aha. Okay, so here we are talking about. Oyin, please, can you scroll up a bit? I want to see the title. Okay, cover letter and pitch activity. All right, can we all go? I want us to do this activity. Yes, this cover letter pitch. I want everybody to please in 3 sentences. Yes, I need you to pitch yourself in the comment section. Pitch yourself to me in 3 sentences. Pitch yourself to me in 3 sentences. Yes. Recording in progress. I'm going through. In 3 sentences, pitch yourself to me. Okay. Yes, in the chat. Just drop it. Please don't use ChatGPT. I will know. Okay.
So yes, let's do the task day. So pitch yourself in 3 sentences in the chat. Just drop it as a comment. We are going to read it. He's going to see it and read it and we'll be able to. So let's do that.
Yes, I'm ready. Okay. Mary Judith. Chuma. Okay. Design. Okay. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Kristen Aguru, yes, I love your pitch. Kristen, I love your pitch. Okay. Blessing, challenging for rewarding career. What do you mean by rewarding career? Do you mind explaining? You can, please help me them. Blessing, I want us to define a challenging but rewarding career. Blessing, are you there?
Your voice is breaking again.
Okay, is it better now?
Yes. It's like when we say it's breaking,
Okay,
it stops.
it comes back on.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's blessing on. I wanted to make clarification in respect to challenging but rewarding career in an organization that offers opportunity for advancement. I want to add some clarification as to why challenging but rewarding.
So blessing, I'm sure you're on
Oh
this
yeah,
call.
you
So
helping me?
yes. So blessing, just provide
Okay.
more context to what you said about a rewarding but challenging. You are seeking a challenging but
A
rewarding.
challenging but rewarding career.
Yeah, so you can just provide more context in the chat and we are going to read.
Yeah, Yolibago. Okay, I think I like your pitch as well. I'm an experienced pharmacist and supply chain specialist. I've had the opportunity of managing inventory using different ERP systems. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. My name is okay. Organizations. All right, now let's move right. While let's get back to the call. I've read through Preach okay. The life with that's driven. These are just 3 words, not sentences. I said 3 sentences. From what I read from what she for me already.
You are breaking.
My name is Faye.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, we can hear you now. So Blessing already replied. She said, challenging in the sense that the job role or position gives me something new to work with, gaining new and relevant skills, rewarding.
Okay, so Oyin, I'm going to have to join with my phone now. Please, you need to give me access to unmute you. See Salami Abdulatif.
Oh, okay.
So I think I should have a better network reception there.
Oh, okay. That will be fine.
Yes, just okay, Bashir, you hear me? Okay, oh yeah, I'm still holding on.
Oh, okay. So have you joined with your phone? Let me.
Yes, I have. You see my name, Salami Abdulatif.
Okay. Okay, done. Yeah, you can admit I've made you co-host.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm. Can you hear me, everyone?
Yes, we can hear
Okay,
you.
so looking at what Feifumi wrote, she said that I'm Feifumi. I help placeholder. I help organization recruit. So I'm trying to get back her pitch. I want to point out something. Some people ran to ChatGPT. Okay. All right. I help organization recruit very qualified participants. First clause. Now, if you look at what you have on the screen, I said part of the feedback criteria includes clarity, enthusiasm, and relevance. Now, as an HR professional, using the word participant does not reflect professionalism. In fact, it shows that you are probably new to human resource. You are not pitching for a competition. Are you getting what I'm saying? We recruit employees. We interview candidates, applicants. Participant here does not show relevance to your professional proficiencies. It does not show relevance of your professional skills. It's sending a very different message. Competition, more like seminars, participants of the seminars, boot camp participants. But in a professional context, we cannot use participant as an HR. Applicant, candidate. Now, for every pitch you are putting out, it needs to show enthusiasm. There was a couple of days ago, I think I had a question on Twitter. I said, what is the difference between I am interested and I am very, 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 very interested? In as much as we know that it's semantics for Twitter, right? Literally, we can say that I am very much interested shows more enthusiasm compared to I am interested. The tone of I am interested sounds ordinary. Like if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't come, it doesn't come. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, when you're pitching yourself, keywords like keen, I am very keen, I am keen at, I am particularly interested, I am particularly skilled at. Keywords like this shows enthusiasm, clarity. And that's why I said Yayoli Bago, I love your pitch. I am an experienced pharmacist and a supply chain specialist. I have had the opportunity of managing inventory using different ERP systems. Very clear. Relevance in the words is 100. The enthusiasm is there. I am an experienced pharmacist and supply chain specialist. So when you are drafting a cover letter, can we please go to the next slide? When you are drafting a cover letter, you need to evaluate the content of that cover letter using those 3 feedback criteria: clarity, enthusiasm, and relevance. Now, what is the essence of a cover letter? Why do you need a cover letter? Why do you need a cover letter? These are questions that I tend to ask people when they come. Okay, why do you think you need a cover letter? That cover letter is like you are sliding into the company's DM respectfully. It is meant to project your personality with the CV.
Power on.
Now, why does it matter? It is usually formal. You can see formal, persuasive addition to your CV. It shows interest, fit, and your personality. First, greetings aside Africa, professionally, salutations are very key, right? Now, you need to tell us why you are writing with ginger. We need to see that ginger in you. You need to tell us why you are writing. You need to show that enthusiasm. Now, you need to match your experience. I'll move to structure now. You need to match your experience to what they need in that organization. Now, while you are matching your experience to what they need in that organization, you need to look inwards on the vision. This is where research comes in. You need to look inwards on the vision, the mission of that organization. Then you integrate it to the body of your cover letter. You are connecting the dots. So that's where the body comes in. You connect your experiences to the role. Now, how do you close? In every legal battle in a courtroom, there's something we call the opening statement and the closing statement. Now, the closing statement is so strong that it can nullify some of the facts of the case. The same thing is applicable when it comes to cover letter. That closing statement is very important. For instance, I am ready to bring innovation to your team. I am enthusiastic about adding value in areas of metrics evaluation, in areas of sales projection, maximizing sales within your organization. I'm enthusiastic about adding more value, bringing in more marketing strategies. All of these things are things that matters when you are writing or you are drafting your closing statement in a cover letter. Next slide, please, Oyin. When I said something just now, I said pitch yourself in 3 sentences, and I can tell you factually that some people use ChatGPT. Now, what you don't know is an average recruiter wants to let you know. It wants to, it's a reflex. The recruiter wants you to know that I know that you are copying. I know that you are using ChatGPT.
Sir, please, just a moment. I want to quickly address something. So I know that normally our session starts by 7:30, but if you agree with me, you also know that today we started kind of late.
Yeah.
From our network glitches, then Bati's address. So please, let's just at least just close today at 8 p.m. because we still have a lot to do. There's still the place of workplace ethics. So please, we
Yeah.
are closing today's session at 8 p.m. So I'm not posting the post assessment form until maybe 7:50 something or thereabout. So
Okay.
please, we just close at 8 p.m. So within, we're expecting that the trainer at least within maybe 7:40 or 7:45 it will be done, and then we
Yeah,
can take
okay.
question and answer, and that process take it. So please, let's bear with that. Thank you so much. You can go on, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So for tailoring your cover letter, you need to avoid copy and paste. We know that people go, yes, you can use your AI tools, but please, you need to be very thorough when you are editing. You need to be very thorough in editing, and don't just copy from your ChatGPT. And you know that the result you are getting from ChatGPT mostly depends on your prompt. What did you tell ChatGPT to do for you? How did you tell ChatGPT to write that cover letter for you? So you need to have a picture of what you want in your head. Then you are able to communicate it with your AI assistant to give you what you want. Now, let's go to the next slide, which is interview preparations, right? Now, before the interview, you can see what we have on the screen here. What are the things you need to do before the interview? First, you need to research about the company's culture, the mission and vision of the company, number one. Number two, you need to prepare your responses using the STAR method. Now, what do we mean by STAR? You can see the situation, task, action, and result. Now, in this case, we need you to reference a situation, right? What you were expected to do in that situation. What action did you take in terms of difficulty, and what was the outcome? What was the result that came out in that situation? We know that most cases when people are going for interview, they master all of these responses to questions. They follow templates. Some of us we don't go by a structured questioning method. We don't go by structured questioning. We just engage you from the beginning. We just, okay, what did you do? And so from there, your first response will tell us the next question. So you should be able to relate your responses to real life experience, on the job experience. I had an interview a couple of days ago, and I was asked, okay, how do you know when to change a particular policy since you have experience in policy formulation? And I told the person, I said, number one, there's no way you can capture 100% of the policy loopholes. It's not possible. Now, she said, how do you know when to change? I said, I had an experience a couple of days ago where an organization that I was, working with, an instructor resigned, and he went on the student platform to announce his resignation. Now, what happened after this? The students who were actually loyal to this instructor started saying they wanted to leave the organization. They want to follow him since he's leaving. So apparently, he leveraged on his relationship with the students to hold the organization hostage. Now, at that point, we saw that the contract that was issued to this man did not make provision for such activity. So we saw that, okay, this is another loop that has been identified in this contract or in this policy. So we decided to cover that loop. Now, that was a situational reference that I gave to the person to let the person know that, okay, this is the time for you to change an actual policy. So you need to be able to relate your responses to real life scenarios. Now, let's go to practice common questions and role specific ones. Yes, that is why you have your ChatGPT, your AI assistant. You go there. What role are you trying to interview for? Put the prompt there. In fact, AI can give you a mock interview. It can as well give you the interview questions and the answers. So you practice them, and at the same time, you run your mock interview with your ChatGPT. Next slide, please, Soyin. These are things you need to do before the interview. Now, during the interview, in most cases, when we are running virtual interview, because of flexibility now, we try to leverage on them, virtual interviews and all of that. Now, somebody asked a question on Twitter and said, sir, Why is it that during a virtual interview, the candidate is asked to put on the camera and the interviewer is not putting on the camera? And I gave a response. I said, you cannot copy now. I can't let you copy. I need to see your face. But me as the interviewer, I can be reading from somewhere because this is not an examination for me, right? And there are situations where we tell the candidate, oh yeah, please put on your camera. And the candidate will tell you, I'm not wearing anything. What do you mean you're not wearing anything? So what are those things that we feel you should do during the interview? Please, number one, dress appropriately. You can see it. Dress appropriately. Whether you want to be on your tie, use that tie. Even if it's just the shirt you want to wear, you will not wear trousers, you will not wear, just put the shirt and the tie. Let's see it. And some people are very flexible. People like me, we are very flexible. Just wear something decent. I mean, yeah, a round neck, that's fine. It's what you want to say, that's what we want to listen to, not particularly what you're putting on. So you need to dress appropriately. Also, you need to listen actively. You need to listen actively and show emotional intelligence. Part of you showing emotional intelligence is you trying to note the names of the panel members, the panelists. Know their names. So let's say, for instance, after the interview, you want to extend your salutation or your thank you, Mr. Imas, thank you, Mrs. Mohammed, thank you, Mr. Musa. I hope to speak with you again. Right. Now, you need to read their tone at the same time, which is part of you showing emotional intelligence. All right. I've seen people going for an interview, I mean, online, virtual interview, putting on a Chelsea jersey. Now, you don't know if the person that wants to interview you is an extremist when it comes to all of these things. And this person is not a Chelsea fan. Right? And the person could be a fanatic. And then the person will not talk. But trust me, that alone could be the reason why the person will give you a poor rating in terms of that interview performance. So these are things you really need to pay attention to. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so and even in this, still existing on this football thing, that people bet, right? And people lose in the course of this betting. The person that wants to interview you, let's say the person is a Man U fan, and he took a bet on Man U winning against Chelsea a night before, and the bet was massive, and eventually he lost. Chelsea won, and you are coming to the interview. The money the interviewer was supposed to use to feed himself, that money, it was part of the money he lost during the betting. You're now coming to the interview with your Chelsea jersey. The kind of high is going to look you with. So these are the issues. And then in most cases, they tell you, do you have any question for us? Yes, please, you need to ask meaningful questions. It's okay to keep quiet if you don't have a question. It is okay to keep quiet if you don't have a question. You can be humorous. You can ask them, do they give lunch? Please, can the organization provide 3 square meals for employees Monday to Friday? But you need to be strategic. You need to be emotionally intelligent. That, okay, these people that you are sitting with, they are people you can make such interview jokes with. Do you understand? So those are the things I've been able to identify for you to do during the interview. Now let's go to post-interview. Post-interview. Well, you can send a thank you mail after the interview. Thank you for the opportunity to express myself, to do this, to do that. You can do that. Now, for yourself, you need to reflect and improve for next time. Some of my mentees on Twitter, most times after an interview, they send me either the video recording if it's a virtual interview, or they send me the form to go through what they've done and give my remarks. So you need to sit down and evaluate yourself. My response to this question, how was it? Was I fluent? Was I eloquent? Did I hit the nail on the head? So you evaluate yourself, right? Then you follow up professionally if needed. After 2 weeks, you've not gotten a response, a feedback from your performance from the interview, you can send a follow-up email. But please do not bug them, do not stalk them, just a follow-up. If you don't get a response, just let it go. So these are the pre-interview preparation tips, during interview preparation tips, and post-interview preparation tips. On your next slide, please. Okay. All right. So we are still on virtual versus physical interviews. Now, the virtual interview tips, I've spoken about you putting on something that is, appropriate. Now, the lightning, the sound, and the internet, they are very key. I had a virtual interview with somebody for a role that it was supposed to earn, I think, about 600,000 was the salary attached to the role, and it was supposed to be a remote role. All right, we sent you a mail 2 days ahead that you were going to have a virtual interview. Now, during the interview, as he was talking, we're hearing puff puff, era puff puff, with series of noises, background noises. Now, you had a pre-information about this interview that you were going to have an interview by so time. You are expected to be properly positioned in a very good area with good network reception, with a quiet background. Now you need to reduce distraction. Yes, some people while they are doing their interview, as they are looking at the interviewer, they are looking at someone else in the room. They are trying to communicate with signs with somebody in the room. All of these things will affect your rating because it shows on seriousness. I've had an interview with somebody. I scheduled him. It was on Twitter too. He sent me a message. So I said, okay, since I already know this person, let me set him up. So during the interview, I said 9 a.m. for the interview. He joined the interview. While he was trying to answer my first question, it was doing it was so he said Mr. Chairman, you are in bed. It's okay even if you are in bed answering my question, but do you need to make me know that you are in bed with the yawning and the stretching? That was the sign I saw that okay, this one is not ready. And it feels like because we already relate on Twitter, it feels there's no need for him to take the interview serious. I did not consider him further. So these are things that have potential of disqualifying you. And you need to look into the camera. Stop looking sideways. Some of you would have written answers in a paper. You tell your brother to hold it. You now be using one eye to look at the paper. You're using one eye to look at the camera. We know. So you need to look straight into the camera. Now let's go into the physical interview tips. You see, during this call, I know I joined about 10 minutes ahead. And I tell people that I can never be late. It's not possible. I can never be late for anything. I've never been late to anywhere. So for physical interview, it is best for you to arrive 30 to 45 minutes earlier. So you can relax, you get familiar with the environment, you get familiar with the faces, not you arriving at the interview venue 2 minutes to the stated time, and then you end up telling them to give you 5 minutes to get relaxed. So 30 to 45 minutes ahead, please be there. Have printed copies of your CV. Yes, have a printed copy of your CV. Just hold it for the sake of whatever, right? Then you maintain confident body language. We read your body language as well. We know if you have memorized a template or you are actually giving us practical responses from your experiences. Your body language, your sitting posture, if you stammer too much. Oh, you want to be like me? Please, oh, please, please, please. I know it. Don't worry. I want to be like you too. So your sitting posture, your confidence, the way you carry yourself, all of these things, the charisma in you, we focus on them to identify some leadership skills. On your next slide, please. So you need to focus on all of those things during the physical interview. Now, let's go to workplace ethics. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I might not have time to tell you to, give responses to that. Now, the scenario here is that you discover that a colleague is inflating a project outcome. Let's say there is a sales target to, open 200 corporate accounts, right? And then eventually at the end of the time frame, you were only able to open 100 for yourself, and another person also opened 100. But you saw that the person that initially got 100 open inflated it in the report, the statistic that he opened them 150. Now, how would you handle the situation? I tell people that work culture is different from ethics. Culture is different from ethics. In a particular work environment, their culture, the same way we have our culture in Africa is the same way they have their culture in Europe. Smoking cigarettes is considered culturally bad in Nigeria, in Africa. But in the Western world, it's something you can even do within your office space, right? So it doesn't make their culture bad. The same thing is applicable to some organization. Resuming 30 minutes ahead of your resumption time, in some organization, they permit it. While resuming 1 minute late after your resumption time is considered unethical, is considered insubordination in some organization. So the work culture of that organization that allows you to come 30 minutes after your resumption time, that's their own work culture there, which might not be acceptable in another place. But ethics is something that is generally acceptable. Work ethics is generally acceptable. Integrity in company A is the same thing as integrity in company B. Are you getting what I'm saying? Discipline in company A would also be the same thing in company B. Professional ethics in terms of practice is generally acceptable, either nationally or globally. Now, you can see the reflection question. It said, where is the line between loyalty to a peer and responsibility to your organization? Where is the loyalty to a peer and the responsibility to your organization? Integrity is hard, but it pays. Next slide, please, Oyin. Integrity, holding on to discipline is hard. And I can tell you that for free. In the slide, we can see that I said, as emerging professionals stepping into increasingly complex work environments, we often find ourselves navigating situations where personal values and professional expectations may collide. In that instance, you have conflict of interest. It could even be the person that got you the job that is crossing the professional line. Now, a particularly challenging dilemma arises when we must choose between loyalty to a peer and our responsibility to the organization we serve. And I said, this is an opportunity to reflect on how we want to show up in our career, not only as capable professionals, but as ethical contributors to our workplace we become a part of. Integrity is hard, like I said. Sometimes you feel pressured to bend the rules, to cover up nonsense, or to keep quiet when you shouldn't. But one thing you need to remember is that companies trust people who do the right thing, even when no one is watching. You see that your name is your currency. It is your personal brand. So whether it is, and you need to understand that as peers or as supervisors or as line manager, when you report a misconduct, is not you doing something that is bad. Your friend that you are reporting might see you as a bad person. But for somebody that is professionally matured, he or she would understand that, okay, you are professionally and ethically bound to report that incident. So remember, your name is your currency. Next slide, please, Oyin. There are ways you report misconduct. You need to understand the dynamics of your organization. Reporting misconduct. When something shady happens, or when something shady is happening within the organization, how do you report it? First thing, you need to know the proper channel. Who am I supposed to report to? Is this an incident that should go to my line manager? Is this an incident report that should go to the HOD? Is this an incident report that should go to the HR? So you need to know all of those channels of reporting. Then you need to write down facts. You need to write down facts. This is, Accusing somebody of professional misconduct or ethical misconduct is not something to joke about. So you need to document. Documentation is very key. You need to show facts. And like I said, in the law court, the court does not work with emotions. It works with facts, what you can prove. And lastly, you need to maintain discretion, confidentiality. Your choice of words, your tone of communication when you are reporting, all of these things matters when you are reporting misconduct. Now, respecting policies. Constantly, you need to review the employee handbook regularly. I mean, you need to review it. You need to read and align yourself mentally, intellectually. In all ramifications, you need to align yourself, right? And then you need to adhere to confidentiality clauses. Part of the confidentiality clauses, I think I wrote an article about intellectual property on Twitter. Confidentiality, intellectual property, non-disclosure, the NDA clause. Then you need to follow industry compliance standard. For HRs, yes, thank you. For HRs, I think, next slide, please. For HR, I wrote an article, was it yesterday, about the portion of salaries that should be deducted statutorily. Now, if you are combining statutory deduction and personal deduction, it should not be more than 1/3 of that employee's monthly salary, whether the employee wants you to deduct everything or not. So these are situations where professional compliance and all of that comes in. Now, emotional intelligence and relationship. We can see relationship navigation, peer collaboration, and co-learn. Yes, if you want to build a relationship, you need to be able to team up with somebody when you are working or when you are learning, right? Subordinate mentors with trust. You need to be able to mentor your subordinates and supervisor. You need to communicate with your supervisors with respect. You need to show respect, whether or not you address each other by your first name. You need to show respect in your tone. Now, the core emotional intelligence skills that you need to have: self-awareness is very important. Empathy, you need to know when to talk. And I've said something about communication and strategic communication. There's difference between communication and strategic communication. If you can be strategic in your communication, you will achieve things that people spend years to achieve, to accomplish. So this is where empathy comes in. When somebody is not at work, for one or two reasons, you need to show, even if you are still going to, sanction the person, you need to show empathy, right? Adaptability. There are dynamics, there are situations that changes in the workplace. So you need to learn how to adapt. Conflict resolution. Please, choices of words matters. Ensure that your choices of word in conflict resolution does not result to further conflict. Next slide, please. I think we are almost done. Okay, corporate politics and soft skills. Yeah, navigating office politics. You, of course, observe informal networks. There are some people there that they are key players when it comes to decision making, but they are not even part of the management team. So you need to know them. Anthony Kokor, people that have the key to a gas head, you need to be able to identify them, right? Then you need to avoid gossip. Build, whoever you're building alliances with, it should be ethical. Don't build alliance through professional misconduct. Oh, this person is inflating project outcomes. I'm also inflating project outcomes. Then we are team members. So you don't use that kind of things to build alliances. Now, what are the key soft skills that you need to have to navigate corporate politics? Communication, adaptability, leadership skills, critical thinking, and time management. These are core skills that are very important when it comes to navigating corporate politics. Next slide, please, Oyin. Okay, so campus to corporate transition. What are the essential tools that you need to have? A whole lot of undergraduates now are taking this VA virtual assistant training that introduces them to project management tools and all of that. You need to be able to use basic tools. You can see Asana here, Trello, you can see Slack, Teams, you can see LinkedIn Learning, Coursera development, and all of that. So success tip, you need to embrace continuous learning. Yeah, as an undergraduate, thank God for digital space now. A whole lot of you are already exposed to things that some of us were not exposed to back in the school, right? So you embrace continuous learning. You build a professional digital presence online, your personal brand. Please build it in a professional manner, right? Then you seek feedback and mentorship early, not when you've gotten to the mid stage of your career trajectory that you start seeking mentorship. Then you made series of mistakes from behind that cannot be corrected or that has minimal possibility of correction. Do you understand? So you need to seek feedback at regular interval. Next slide, please. Okay, resources for growth. Okay, I've highlighted the books here. Since the session will be shared later, most of us are familiar with the seven habits of highly effective leaders by Stephen Covey. Yes, and then podcasts that we can listen to, videos and courses, the TED Talks, Coursera courses on LinkedIn that you can explore for career and professional growth. So, next slide, please, Oyin. So yeah, this is the concluding slide. Yeah, the key takeaways: your CV, cover letter, and interviews, they reflect your brand. Yes, they reflect your brand. Integrity and ethics are vital to your professional identity. Integrity and ethics, they are vital to your professional identity. Emotional intelligence and soft skills fuel long-term growth. Yes, emotional intelligence. Don't get angry at slightest things. Transitioning into the workplace is a continuous learning journey. It is a continuous learning journey. Then, final reflection: your career is not built in a day, but in every moment you choose growth, integrity, and intention. That is where the building of your career starts and continues. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Sam. This has really been an insightful session. And now, so without further ado, we go straight into question and answer while I share the post-assessment form. So please, if you want to say anything right now, this is the time to raise your hand and let's quickly take you. Please raise your hand so I can allow you to unmute. Okay, so Mary Judith, Mary Judith, please, you can speak. Mary Judith.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. Good evening, sir. Thank you for the class. And you're really a very insightful one. Yeah, I have a question. The question is, during an interview, how do you handle question that you can't answer that is difficult? And what are the signs that your interviews is good, like saying okay, like it's a good sign. Like I don't know. I hope you understand. Thank you.
Okay. Let me see if I got your question correctly. Okay, you are asking how you navigate interview questions that you don't have the right answers to, or interview questions that you don't seem to know the correct answers to. Okay. In most cases, you just have to be discretional. There's no crime in excusing the question. My Twitter handle is at Tondesky. Just look for Intern Google HR, you see it there. All right, so there's no crime in excusing the question. To a very critical recruiter, he or she would be able to identify that, okay, you're still growing. Even as a professional with numbers of years of experience in that role, you cannot know everything. So there are possibilities that you don't know the answers to a certain question, so you can excuse the question. Don't try to maneuver. If you maneuver, you might be answering off key. You might be answering a different question entirely. So you just let them know, oh, I'm so sorry, I don't really have answer to this question at the moment. But of course, I can do further research and further learning on it. It's as simple as that. So it shows room for growth in you and honesty. Did you get that?
Okay. Yes, she did. Mary did it. Yes, she did. Oyekachi, Yemi, you can unmute
Yes,
yourself. Yeah,
yes, sir,
you
I get it. Thank you. But that's what is a good sign that your interview that be successful? That how will you know that your interview is okay?
Oh well, there's really no way per se, because trust me, as a recruiter, you are expected to keep a very neutral disposition during an interview session, in such that the candidate is unable to read your demeanor to determine whether he or she did well or not. But there are subtle signs that you can read. For instance, the way the interviewer interact with you towards the end of the interview. Uh, are you sure we will not lose you like this? Are you sure you will not reject our offer when we send it? Yeah, all of those little gestures. But trust me, there are no ways to really run that evaluation unless you want to go back home and do self-assessment. Okay, was I able to answer this question properly? Was I able to give answers to this properly? Then you can score yourself. But for a professional recruiter, you are supposed to maintain a neutral disposition during your interview session with whatever candidate. So just pay attention. That's where emotional intelligence comes in. Pay attention to people that are running the interview for you. How are they relating with you? Some people will still laugh with you even when you fail. Do you understand?
Yes,
But then
thank you.
Yeah.
just pay attention.
Okay, so we still have about like 7 people raising their hands. So please, just within a minute, keep your question a minute and we just
Okay,
move on.
so please.
Yes, Yemi.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Salami Abdulatif. Thank you for gracing this meeting. My question is this: when you are talking about certificates, you mentioned about training certificates as well. So I wanted to ask that this type of training that we are having, we can classify it as training certificates, which is we are not writing any exam, no test at all. Is this the type of trainings that we can classify as training certificate when, in case we will get a certificate after the training?
Yes, this is a training session. This is not a certification. Even if a certificate is being issued after the boot camp, this is a training. Now, on the column, what you're expected to write is the heading is training and certification. So you're not writing training certificate and just write training and certification. So you can identify, you don't need to sectionalize it. Just write all of those trainings that you've done, all the certifications that you have, just highlight everything there. So it's left for the recruiter to identify which of this is actually a training and which of this is categorized as a certification. So for this bootcamp, this is a training, not a certification.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good
Thank you
evening.
so much for this session. My name is Onyekachi Garifo. Yes, so I would like to ask that ideally, how many pages should a CV contain? Like how many pages, including cover letter?
Cover letter should not exceed a page. Your cover letter should not
Okay, cover
exceed.
letter.
Yes, it should not exceed a page, no matter the level of your experience or your proficiency or professional level. It shouldn't exceed a page, right? Now,
Okay.
for CVs, now the pages of your CV varies. For myself, my CV is not completely 3 pages self, and I've had over 10 years experience, work
Okay.
experience, and my CV is not up to 3 pages. Now, how do we do this? If you decide to put all of your job experiences and all the entire roles on that CV, it could result to you having a 7 or 10 pages CV.
Yes, sir.
this is where tailoring your CV to your application comes in. What are those experiences that you have that are relevant to the role you want to apply for? Those are the experiences that you should highlight on that CV. And this is why we tell people, you need to have a career trajectory. You are not just using a CV to apply for different roles. So there's close relationship between customer service rep, customer success, and let's even say client relationship manager. You can use a single CV to apply for these 3 roles. But you cannot use a CV designed for a customer-centric role to apply for the role of a data analyst. Or to apply for the role of product designer. Do you understand what I'm saying? So,
yes,
role-related experiences are what should be on your CV to ensure that it's not too voluminous. So, maximum of 3 pages is okay.
Okay, maximum of 3 pages. Okay, so thank you for that. So I also want to ask that is there a particular way to go about
What did you say? I didn't get that.
Your network is breaking.
Okay, Kachi, I can't hear you.
Maybe we should just move to another person. Yayoli, we can speak. Abiba.
Yeah. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much for the session. I have 3 questions. The first one is, are there, please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Are there AI inclined ATS that look out for AI made applications? And if there are, how common are they, and which sectors in Nigeria use them?
Yayoli, please hold on. Oyin, can you please help mute Oyin Kachi?
Oh, okay, let me.
Yes, we are having interference.
Okay, I have done that now.
Okay, Yayoli, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so I was asking that, are there AI inclined ATS tools that look out for like AI made applications, and how are they commonly used in Nigeria, and which sector uses them most? Then I wanted to find out what part of the job description, job adverts, should one get the keywords to use on your CV? Like what part of the job adverts should carries, yeah. And then I wanted to know why why HR do not reply applications mostly. Thank you.
Okay, let me start from your last questions. The last question that you raised about HR not replying applications. I think in fact, there was a case on Twitter sometime last week or 2 weeks ago where somebody said a particular ad with a particular email have been sending adverts for roles, and then the person has not been responding to email. Now, there are factors here. Number one, the volume of inflows, especially for organizations that are not using ATS. They are using direct application where you have to send the application to their mail, to a personal mail. And then this person needs to go through all of this CV, review, and pick a credible candidate. Now, you cannot expect the person to review 200 applications, right? And respond to each of them that they are not successful. That is number one. Except for situations where there is a Google Doc, a Google form that is designed for that application, where everybody's email can be extracted and a bulk email can be sent to them. For organizations that use ATS, there's some of those responses are automated. But for the ones that use indigenous means, that person, that HR cannot respond to everybody. That's number one. Number two, some people will send in the application. So I've seen some people sending application 3 months after we posted the job ad. Some people send 6 months after posting a job ad, and they come and tell you that this HR is not responding. Now, is that HR supposed to keep going into the email to look for new applications for a role that has already been filled? That is number one, and that's number two. Number three, now when we have applications, we pick them in batches. Now, if I pick first batch, let's say the first 50 applications, and within that first batch, I've been able to get a credible candidate to fill that role, I can painstakingly respond to the remaining 49 that they are not successful in the application. Now, imagine that the volume of application that now came in was 250. Am I still supposed to respond to the remaining 200 that they are not successful? So these are the issues. Don't forget, the HR is human as well. So these are the issues. That's number one. Number two, you spoke about what was your second question, please?
AI ATS tools.
AI ATS tools. In most cases, trust me, organizations, they use HRS system, right? All of this software, this information software are the ones that most organizations use. For organizations, I don't think most organizations, except for the Western world anyway, I don't think most organizations are really ready to use AI ATS tools. But in most cases, for you to ensure that your CV is ATS inclined to an extent, you can use your AI, right, to check.
Okay.
I get what I'm saying. There are different inputs. There are different prompts that you can put into the AI to ensure that your ATS is compliance with it. The likes of job scan. Some people use job scan. Some people use resume match, right? In fact, some people use VMock. These are more like AI ATS tools, but most organizations do not use them. They use HRS system. I get what I'm saying. But
yes,
you can just try to use all of these ones to also, run your own check from your end.
Okay.
So I think that should work. Yes.
Then what part of the last question was what part
of the
job
job ad
description?
Okay,
Yes, job
get
ad.
now. In most cases, some job ads are comprehensive. They tell you the ideal candidate should have. I get what I'm saying.
Yes,
so
please.
Once they say the ideal candidate must have, they had already listed the qualities they are looking for in that candidate. The ideal candidate should have, you have already seen there. Then you look for how you can tweak your CV, your experiences, to either establish transferable skills that shows correlation between what you have done and what they are looking for in the ideal candidate. But the section for you to see it is under job description. The ideal candidate should have, the ideal candidate must have. Do you understand what I'm saying? In most cases where the job ad is not comprehensive enough to show the job description, now you can use your AI. What are the required skills? What are the required proficiencies for so roles with so experience? What are the skills I need to have? Then AI can highlight them for you. Then you screen some of them out and integrate them into your CV. So that should also work.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Christopher, you can unmute and speak, and after we'll take a vibrant user.
Okay.
Okay. Good evening.
Okay. Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, my name is Christopher. Thank you, the facilitator. It's very for your training. My question is that for an posters when we go for an interview, they ask us what expectation, your salary expectation. What do you like answer in this question, sir?
Okay. See, in most cases, when they ask you for salary expectation, please don't give range. Don't tell them between 200,000 and 300,000. No, don't say that. Give them an actual figure. It's just like you're going to the market, you want to buy something, right? And you're asking the vendor, how much is this? How much is this cup? And the vendor is telling you is between 200 naira and 500 naira. The same cup you are holding. Would you voluntarily pay the 500? Of course, you will go for the lowest amount. The same thing is applicable to negotiation. When you give them range and say between 200,000 and 300,000, they are trying to cut costs and get the most efficient candidate. So the moment you have said between 200,000, which means you are willing to collect 200,000 at least, so they will definitely offer you that 200,000. Even if they know that this the industry benchmark is probably 350,000 for the role. So it is advisable that you give them a certain amount. What is the salary expectation? You must have done your research to check for industry benchmarks. Oh, my salary expectation is 500,000. Simple. And not between 499,000 and 499,040 kobo. No. You give them an actual figure. So that's it.
Yeah, please let's just take the remaining people. Sorry for the day. I've posted their post session assessment. Please fill it after this. We'll just take our pictures and then we can leave the call.
Okay, I'm going to have to excuse myself right now. I have another session for 8:20, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, okay. So before you go, can you put on? Okay, I think. Oh, for 8:20 and this is 8:50, so you have to go. Can you put on your camera and just take our picture? So for every other person who still ask questions, please I'll share the the social media links of the speaker with you, so you can reach out to him.
Okay, I
On
still do not have power supply, so you won't be able to see me.
wow. Let me just manage it like that. So everybody put on your camera, please. Let's take the pictures. Is our usual practice.
Is this okay?
Yeah, it's much better. We finally saw your face.
It's off. Okay.
We can't see you again, but
Yes, I tried to bring up my laptop. My laptop is off, so I need to quickly see if I can bring on the generator or something, but not now. I'm running out of time already.
okay. Please still put your camera on. Just one more slide to go.
Yeah, it's on.
Next is, why are you not smiling today? What
Thank you so
happened?
much for coming. Thank you for the wonderful session. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'll
All right,
share
guys.
your bye, sir.
Bye.
Please, if you don't feel the
Thank you,
post
sir. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
One.
Good night. Bye.
Please, if you've not filled the post
Good
assessment,
night.
fill it now. I'll stay on the call till 8:20. That is 2 more minutes. So please fill it if you've not filled the post assessment.